We are here on a Tuesday, and Shaka Hillsup from ESPN gave me an idea of something. He did post earlier this week, last week actually, his top 10 CONCACAF performers in the English Premier League, which then led me to think, well, the Premier League is not all of Europe, it's a league there. So, who would make our top 11 performing players of our European based CONCACAF players? Welcome to the Africans. My name is the Africans. And we have with me from the WeMax and IMAX crew, we have JD here. And we are going to build our best 11 of our European-based CONCACAF players, and then we're going to go over to Africa and do the same thing, guys. So if you're new to the channel, we do primarily Canadian and African content, and sometimes CONCACAF content. If you've noticed, I'm less and less branding. The African side of me is not doing well these days. It feels. Congratulations to Nigeria for winning third in the WAFU U17 tournament. Great goal. Good with. So another Jollof Derby where Ghana is left wanting. We have to hear about who has better rice again. But what are we going to do about it? But today, guys, we are here to talk about our best performing players in the European base who are CONCACAF players. So, guys, let us know down in the comments who are your outstanding, who are your best 11 from there. But before we go into that, JD, welcome to the program. No rest for you, it seems. One stream to the next.
Well, as I've said, thanks for having me yet again. Yeah, man, remember, this is something that we built, so we have to stay committed to the cause, and you have not achieved what we want as yet. So, yes. And obviously, the better rice. I will not talk on that. Yes, I will leave it alone. But very, very good topic. Yes, I'm definitely up at least for the CONCACAF one, because I know for the CAF one, people would say that I'm biased, but I will try my best to hide my bias as it relates to that one. Yes. So, how you feeling, Africans?
I'm
Like,
feeling good, JD. I will let you know that you can't put 19 strikers into the African one. I know that's the tendency because we are dealing with Nigerians, and I mean, Lookman is out there. I don't know, Lookman is up there. He's done things on the pitch recently, but not. But the criteria of what we're going to do is again. So if you weren't on YouTube this morning, feel free to go back and check. JD had a good stream where on the second half of it, he did talk about Shaka's list. So Shaka ranked the top 10 CONCACAF players in the Premier League. His top 10 was Bailey, Anthony Robinson, Edson Alvarez, Mikel Antonio, Bobby Reed, Ethan Pinnock, Chris Richards, Tim Ream, Austin Trusty, and then Matt Turner were your top 10. JD, I know you have a different list from that we had, and some great content there. So make sure you guys go check that video out. But what we want to do is we want to try to build our best performing 11s. And I know there's going to be some hot conversations in terms of certain positions, specifically on the right side, because I think we're looking at two different places we've had. JD has his list. He's looking to make sure he has everything he needs. So what we are going to do, guys, is we are going to actually make this visual for you. And again, don't be afraid to put your best 11 into the chat so we can take a look at it. And if you're watching this later, make sure you give us who your top 11 in each region are, whichever region you are into. So without further ado, we are here. Before we get going, I do want to say hello to everyone who is here. From Martin Baker, appreciate you dropping by. Judgmental deity. There will be much judging here, and the deities will have to make their choices on that. So I am fine with it. We will have our list. These, and again, as we always say, these are our lists. They aren't. They aren't the official list. FIFA didn't commission this from us. ESPN didn't commission this from us. These are our lists. So I have no fear with that. So we're going to put up JD's lineup first, and we are going to talk about, and we'll talk about his reasoning for that. If we have everything correct, if we have some things that are wrong, and we'll go from there. Let us begin there, JD. So, is there a particular formation that you are looking to use here? Right now, I'm set up in a 4-2-3-1. Is that what you want to work with?
I think we have to work with. We could work with that as well. Yeah, that is solid because at least we will have a more roaming 10 to central forward, which I can work with because most of the players that I do have on the list can play both of those positions. Yeah, so that this is definitely good. So should I go?
You can go. You can go.
All right. So for the goalkeeping, I had I came down to two players because remember, guys, keep in mind this is Europe based. Surprisingly, I went for two United States players. I went
Hmm.
for Matt Turner by default. And then I went for Slonina. He's playing at Kasupen, and he
Yes.
had a very good season. I actually thought that he was better than Matt Turner throughout the season, but obviously Matt Turner playing in the Premier League and he's playing in the Belgian Pro League. So to be honest, that's the only reason why I'm going to give Matt Turner the edge. But I would have gone for Slonina, but I'm going to give back Matt Turner by just a little scrape right there. All right.
Fair enough. You are going with Matt Turner in your goalkeeper there. So we'll put that there for you to see. All righty. So goalkeeper Matt Turner. I mean, I'll do mine afterwards.
Yeah.
Um, because realistically, I'm kind of there too. I mean, I was even thinking like Canadian goalkeepers, and it's like we don't really have. Milan had a decent season where he was playing, but in terms of the level, I even though Turner struggled, I don't think we're gonna disagree here. So Matt Turner
Mhm.
is the goalkeeper that I have for CONCACAF there, but
But
Slovenia isn't a
should,
bad shout.
yeah, people should check out that young kid. He was always special, and I can tell you that maybe Chelsea might pull him back next year because if he's so good already, why try to go and look for a next keeper? Just put him in the goal right
because
now,
it's
and he's ready.
because it's Chelsea, JD. They'll buy five more goalkeepers who are 16, and then they'll all sit in the U20s, and then they'll wonder
I,
what to do with
but I
them.
think he's better than Kepa already. I actually think he's better than Kepa already. His ceiling was always that high, but this kid is rising at a rapid rate. So
Mhm.
I would, and you know me, I love the takes. I think he's better than Kepa. All
Mm,
right.
that's
Yes.
for you. That's for you. All right.
So center backs now, center backs, we broke it down into what around five center backs. So I had Pinnock on my list, Tim
Mhm.
Ream on my list, Chris Richards on my list, Bernard from Jamaica as well, and Stefano Denzwell from Suriname. Those are the
Yes.
four center backs I came it came down to. And to be honest, I want to say that I am going, even though Chris Richards played CDM for Crystal Palace a lot, he's a centre back as well. All right. And he plays centre back from time to time. And I do believe that he was so good for Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace farm was so good as well. He takes the nod over Tim Ream. So Ethan Pinnock, one of the best centre backs in the Premier League, and also Chris Richards. Those are the ones that will take up my um, lower spot. All right.
All right. Let's go. All right. So we have our center backs there. So Turner back, and then in the middle, Richards and Pinnock. Again,
Ooh,
those were my three as well. So we're not
yeah.
really changing too much.
Believe me, because I had my calculator out with my quality. Point one, point two, point three. All right. So left back now you have Alfonso Dino, which is the only world class player in our region. Alfonso Davis of Canada.
Mm.
Robinson, which is it is criminal. We might have to put these guys in two different positions because Alfonso Davis can play high up the pitch. Likewise, Robinson as well. But Alfonso Davis is a natural winger as well, just as though he's a fullback. So I think we might can use them in two different positions because I think both of these guys are the best actual performers in the entire CONCACAF. Maybe only
Ba-
Liam Bailey and Pulisic can challenge that based on performance.
Based off of the year, I don't disagree with that. I do think there's a fair conversation in terms of where do you try to fit? Because that was something I was thinking about. Do I try to just fit my best 11, or do I try to go put based off of what their position would be?
Big
And
boss, at this point, I am putting
yeah,
Robbins over there.
and
I'm going to move Alphonso Davis to left wing. So yes, I think Robinson has such a good season, and he's not good over the right hand side because obviously he would have gotten the right back position. So we can't bench two players that are so good.
fair. So
So
you're
I'm
gonna
going with Robinson, yes. So people, I'm coming back with Alphonso Davis. Alphonso Davis make this team without a problem. All right, even with Pulisic and Liam Bailey. All right, yes.
okay.
You will see what I'm going to do in the end.
All right, all right.
All
We'll
right,
see. We'll
and
see.
then the right hand side, because let me give you my left backs. The other
Yeah.
mentions, we had Alphonso Davis, Robinson, Amari Bell, and Redsiana Apps from Suriname as well. So the list was not as high. Amari Bell got injured for the rest of the season, and Apps played less games than last season. If it was last season's performances, he would have been up there as one of the better players then, but definitely not this time around.
Mhm.
Right back, we have Sergino Dest. He played a lot of games, so he was qualified. I think he was one of the better performers, but he got injured early on, so that caused him a lot of problem. He had to do surgery, right?
Mhm.
Lembe Kisa played in Scotland and also the championship and played well for Jamaica team, so he makes it. Alistair Johnston, I think he has a seriously good season, and at this point, him, George Sanchez, and Joe Scully, those are the ones fighting for that right back spot. And
Mhm.
to be honest, Joe Scully, the USA game, I thought he was not good enough in the
Mhm.
USA game. It showcased to me that sometimes his positioning could cause problems. It happens in his league and also in the Jamaica game as well. George Sanchez, solid player. I actually like him, but I got to go with Alistair Johnson as a full right back. I'm going to go
Okay.
with him. Yes, I'm going to take him. I know that the others play in good leagues, so you could say, oh, maybe it's better than the Scottish League, but Alistair Johnson proved to me that he keeps on rising. So he's going to rise to the competition this time for me. All right.
All right.
I've been up this kid for a while now, Yes, man. I had expected him to be this good. So you have a problem with that? Or who I chose in the end?
I think if you go season for season, I mean, for right back, I was between Alistair Johnston and Serginho Dest. Both were successful this
Best.
season, but the injury, like Dest had a good season right before the injury, so I don't think he had a bad season in that sense. So I want to give him his due for that. Unfortunately, it's like I
He
w-
played like 25 games, in total, I think.
yeah, and that's why I'm kind of leaning more so towards giving it to Alistair Johnson on the right hand side. On the left hand side, I don't, as it's not even a painful conversation. I think if you look objectively on the pitch, what they were able to do, I think you put Robinson over Davies this year. That doesn't say to me that Davies isn't quality, but I think with no hesitation, based off the year that they had, I think you put Robinson over Davies in that left back
Okay,
role.
okay. That's why we are doing separate squad because
Yes.
Robinson ain't good like Davies. Robinson have a lot of terrible games just the same. Although all of the persons them telling me that Robinson should
Mhm.
be first. No, no. I have watched all of these games. Sir Alfonso Dino ain't getting out of the team. All right, people. So I know, Dre, I saw you cursing me out. People, please do it like button, share the video around. Let we get Africans to 1,000 subscribers and keep on running up the watch time as well. All right.
Mhm.
So I've listed up my right backs. Now it goes to midfield Africans. Oh my days.
Mm.
How are we going to work out this now? We have Kone, Ustakio, KC Palmer from Jamaica. Ulian, no, not Ulian Alvarez, but Alvarez. Sorry, Alvarez
Edson
from
Alvarez, yeah.
Edith Alvarez, Weston McKinney, Reina, Tyler Adams, Musa, Brendan Harrison, and Luis Chavez. That's where I've stopped them. So deeper line, we have Ustakio, Kone, Alvarez, Weston McKinney, Tyler Adams, Musa can play deeper as well. I think it was deep. It was deep. Kone had an okay season, but I don't think I think he never lived up to the rest of them. All right, and he's in the championship, so that kind of armed him as well because others played better in better leagues. All right, Ustakio, he had a solid season as well. I don't hear anyone raving about it, but he was decent. But I got to go. And Tyler Adams, have not played enough games. He came
Mhm.
on the back end, even though those games were very good from him. I think we have to go. And Luis Chavez had a very good season.
Yeah,
Very
Travis
good
had a
season.
good season. Yeah.
Yeah, so Chavez, we could be biased and put Chavez in, but I am going to go with um I think I'm going to leave a different space of Musa. Weston McKennie and um Alvarez. Those are my two.
Okay.
Musa was close, but I have to go with Weston McKennie and Alvarez. My team is looking solid, you know. Shaka, you have not watched enough football like me. They need to give me a job. All right? Yes, I need it. Okay, okay. Africans taking notes off my list, you know.
TD, my list. TD, my list is very. I think there's. I think my list is similar to yours, but the question really just comes
I
down to.
know, I know,
Mhm.
I know. Yes. All right. So now in the attacking midfielder position, now. Ooh, and that's why I should messed up not nothing, you know, because now I have to make a bold decision. So at this point, Pulisic in the pool of attacking midfielders as well. Brendan Harrison, um, in mines.
Mhm.
Reina as well. In it, Reina have not played enough game for me in the Premier League for me to put him there. All right. So at this point, I am going to say Pulisic playing attacking midfielder for me because I wanted to put Alphonso Davis over the left and mid wing attacking midfield side. So putting Alphonso Davis and Pulisic up there. All right.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
the world class team. You know.
And then
Yes.
you want Davies on your left hand side.
Yes, Davies. Don't tell me that Davies didn't do anything. Davies, right now, they're trying to give Davies the best goal of the Champions League. And people said it was
Yeah.
accident, but yeah, he got it. Yeah,
Okay.
yes,
So then
yes.
that means you're
All right.
putting your. Okay.
Yeah, I told you what I'm going to do. So name a better baller than him, and then you could continue. All right. So my wingers that I had on the day would be Pulisic, we took him out already. Lozano, Leon Bailey, Way, and Becker. So it was not even so much wingers to choose from. Becker had a solid season and then moved to Spain. He had an okay start to Spain as well, but I thought that Lozano had a very good season. No, not very, but a decent, but a decent season. Not a very good one. But Liam Bailey and Pulisic and Way. So it comes down to Becca or Liam Bailey. Because we have Pulisic already in the middle, and I have to go with Liam Bailey right there. So Liam Bailey takes the final attacking midfielder slot.
Mhm.
I'm looking to win the World Cup with this squad.
Okay. That can be your goals, and that's fine.
All right. Up front, no, we had a lot of players. So forwards, I we had Pepe. Pepe had a very good season. All
Mhm.
right. Balagon, not the best
Not as
season.
much. No.
Wright, Aji Wright, a very good season from him as well. Antonio finished strong. Jimenez also finished solid as well. Jimenez, he was solid in Netherlands. Shamar Nicholson, on it as well. And what's the name of the ginger head guy? I completely forgot his name. Sergeant.
Josh Sargent, yeah.
Because Sergeant had a very good season. So Josh Sargent to finish it off. And to be honest, Jimenez, the one from Netherlands, scored a lot of goals. Pepe did well as well. Sargent, it came down to Pepe, Sargent, Wright, and Jimenez. And I want to say that I am going to I am have to go I have to I know you guys don't like him, but Jimenez from Netherlands I'm gonna go with. Yes.
Okay.
You guys could always pick Pepe, Sargent are right. They are in excellent form as well. But Jimenez is in a good form so far. I know that Tactical doesn't like him, but he's Mexican, so I didn't expect anything better. Yes, yes, I don't.
So your 11 is Turner in goal, Left to right
Jesus.
back, you have Anthony Robinson, Chris Richards, Ethan Pinnock, Allistair Johntson. Your two holdings are Weston McKinney and Edson Alvarez. Your 10 is Christian Pulisic. Davies as your left winger, Bailey as your right winger, and then Santi Jimenez as your
Ooh,
striker.
fire.
As is the
Let me take a picture.
tradition, what are we rating this, people? Let me know in the
Let,
comments down
let me
below.
take
What are we
10
rating
out of
this
10.
out of
If
10?
these guys don't give me 10 out of 10, let me
I'll
take a
I'll
picture.
give you 10 out of maybe 70 to 100. But like
10
I
out of
don't
70 to 100. That is just bad
I,
minded.
it
All
is.
right.
It's straight up bad mining.
Let me take it. All right.
All right.
Danica. Oh my God. Danica turns up.
Danica, we've missed you. Good to see you here. Is great for club. Well, the difference, judgmental deity, is when does he play for country? I feel like they don't turn to him until the last possible moments, and then even then, it's like, oh, then he just does something. So a bit of a difference, but I can understand that. Oh, I have the oh,
Jimenez has 23 goals and 6 assists in the league alone. He was
mm-hmm.
very good this season. All right. So I thought that he got the hedge over everything else. All right. That's why I
Okay,
went for him. Okay.
and that's fair. Again, this is your list. I will tell you where I agree and disagree with it, but it's your list. I mean, based off of this, we're similar, but we definitely do have some differences, um, without really hesitating. So for me, I look at them, I'm like, okay, I see where we're gonna definitely part ways, and this will be very interesting to see how it is.
You're gonna part
Um,
ways. Okay, no problem.
yeah, yep, and that's too. Take out Bailey and put in Gray. This is European based, uh, so
Green playing in Europe. You're right.
yeah.
Green out in the Middle East.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia hasn't been granted EU access yet.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure
Next
there's
year. Next
actually no, I
year.
don't. I won't make my comment where I'll say they're paying their way into it. Marberger gives us an 8.5. Okay, not bad, not bad. And yes, that's the point. I don't think he's been given
So
a good shot yet.
So
So
Africans, what are
yeah,
they fighting against me for now? Is it to say that Davis should have not made the team?
I don't. I think the question is, who do you put in Concacaf as left winger,
All
right?
right. So what I would have to do then is to take out take out Davis, put Pulisic over there, and then it would have been between Omari Hutchinson as an attacking midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I could have done. KC Palmer. Then you put Reina in, Aronson, and it would have come down to Aronson or Omari Hutchinson because Omari Hutchinson was better than KC Palmer. You understand me? And that would have given it a 10, you know? So
Maybe.
Hutchinson would have, oh, you see that
Yeah, I think really. Okay, Malik. Okay, yeah, not Timothy. Definitely Malik.
judgment at
Okay.
the end, he said Tillman or Aronson would have gone into it. So Aronson might would have gotten it over Hutchinson then. Let me see.
Yeah, we can put it. Hutchinson drop Robinson. Um, us-
Yeah, because
we're
Aronson.
working on a 4-2-3-1, guys. Again, drop your team of the seasons here, because I and that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Dredgy says that Ayrton has been poor for almost 2 years. Players like Malik Tillman and Hutchinson are better, in my opinion. I think they've had better seasons, no doubt. I don't think Aaronson's had a good year. I think he's finished strong for where he was, but I think looking at that, Tillman played well, got call ups. I don't think he's the 10 that we think he can be. I think he's a better 8, and if you want to play him as an 8 with the US, I mean, they have better 8 options in my opinion who can do different things. So I don't mind that shout there. Yeah, I mean, I think, to be very honest, I literally, my top 6 are basically goalie and holding and last. I'm pretty much the same as you. Irie Vibes jumping in. Thanks for being by. Just
The sorry
argument to be
vibes,
made
bro.
for Dest. I don't
I
I don't
know.
mind the Dest argument. But I think the problem is Dest has the accomplishments, but he doesn't necessarily have the season. You could argue at times he was the best right back for CONCACAF playing in Europe. But once that went away, then you had other options that could step in. I think Allistair Johntson had a more steady season where he was steady, broke his face and steady throughout. But I think you could definitely say at points Serginho Dest was playing at a better level than Allistair Johntson. I don't think that's a crazy take to make. But I think the longevity, I think Johntson was steady, and that's what he's kind of been. The thing is, again, here, Johntson is a right back. He is, though he does play outside center back, that's a role that I think if he plays that against larger teams, especially at the Copa, we could see him get really exposed there. So I think playing him as a right back would be the best shot for him. So I don't mind those options. So guys, drop your takes for what your best 11 are. I'm going to go and say I don't really have my list literally is the same from goalie to holding. I went back and forth with Serginho Dest and Allistair Johntson. I ultimately picked Johnston over our good friend
Ooh,
Serginho.
take the Mexican. Bahama, tell you, Canadian and Americans them eat the Mexican. You know.
Oh, when you say it that way, yes.
Ooh, Liam Bailey coming out as well. Oh my God. World War
So
50.
yes, so my list stays about here the same. And this
Yeah.
is where I have to have a conversation with myself, and this is where I have a conversation. Say, okay, if I could find, and that's a fair point, and we're seeing the comments, and guys, I, I know, but see, and the thing is with this, I'm seeing the comments coming in, and there is a lot. Firstly, there isn't really a good. I think your best goalie prospect for North America right now is Gavi's
Slonina.
Slovenia. Yeah, Slovenia that casting.
Danica, I wanted to pick Slonina, but because obviously he doesn't have any experience, he shows that he's one of the best keepers in the world. As though they rated him at U20s. Go
Mhm.
to Cassiope and prove that. But just off one season, you can't just give him it over the top. So that's why we put Turner in. He's a better passer to footballer than Turner, and he clearly proves that he's good at shot saving as well. So he's already at elite level so far.
Mhm.
And by next year, I think he's going to be better than Turner. And maybe the best goalkeeper in the region already, which is madness. If he's the best keeper by that time, United States have a team.
Well, that's what their
He
biggest
could be,
question mark right now. Their biggest question mark, other than like their competition, is their goalies are all in terrible form, right?
Okay.
So
Well, he's in the best form out of everybody then. So why they don't just go for him? Why are they? Is it because he's too young? Just like why the
I
reason why
think
I've not selected him.
Yeah, I think it's a youth. But give him the. I think their logic will be give him the Olympics this year, and then maybe you start to work him in depending on what he does next year at his club, because Turner can be struggling, but he's still playing at a good level, right? He may
Hmm.
have lost his job, but he's still training at that level. He's still there, so I can understand the reasoning there. But right now, their goalie options. I mean, Sean Johnson got called up for Copa. Potentially for Copa, and nothing against him, but that's a bit of a drop in terms of the level and the quality. Maybe he's just there for vibes. That's cool. I don't mind that. Johnson plays in the weak league. I don't disagree with that. Um, Clearly, I think the Dutch league is better a little bit the than where Johnson plays. That being said, I think player wise and season wise, this is kind of where I set up with it. Where Judgmental D says what he was the best left back or best right back really in the season, and that's out of position, true. But Johnson is a better out and out defender, so I can't be mad with the reasoning. That's kind of where I say. Well, I agree, and also the conversation of I think ultimately when you have the Olympics plus this, you do have to split the roster a little bit. I think they could be very well with it, but I don't know if they're going to be that creative when it comes to that. And it's one season. Oh, true. That is true. So back to my list. I don't know. And you guys let me know if there is a left winger out there that we aren't thinking about. Because the two the two spots I think I was gonna have the most fun with were gonna be the right winger position because I think ultimately it's a conversation between who had the better season Was it Pulisic who had the better season, or was it Bailey who had the better season?
Uh,
And and I can
for,
ask you. I have
why?
my own reasoning for it, but I
For
will
me,
ask you first. What do you think?
as what I've said on my channel, I gave Pulisic the slight edge. Based on what I saw him did, his contribution to the entire team. He has a slightly better minutes per game, and he's more of a attacking threat, but also solid in defense. Liam
Mhm.
Bailey is more of a far striker that can't play striker, and he's just turning. They just put him on the wing and said just focus on offensive duties. I don't trust him once he drops over his own half because I don't see. I think he finished he looked better in the last 5 6 games, but I'm not sold on it. But definitely his numbers were very good. You get me? But
Mhm.
I would say Pulisic was slightly the better player because I saw Pulisic deeper line, building from deeper, dropping in the central, building there and stayed there. It shows that he's more of an overall footballer than Liam Bailey. Liam Bailey is just a striker that plays out wide. So I would say slightly in favor of Pulisic, and obviously his numbers were up there as well. He scores 12 goals in the league itself and has 8 assists. That is 1 assist behind Liam Bailey, but more goals than Liam Bailey, 2 more goals more than Liam Bailey, and that is in the league alone. He did play in the Champions League as well. And he did had a goal in the Champions League. He never had an assist, but his performances as well for the Champions League was very, very good at the highest level. You understand me? So
Mhm.
I like what I saw from him. I like what he dropped down to the Europa and he did well in Europe as well. As 3 goals contribution is a next higher level as well than what Liam Bailey played in, which is the Conference League. You understand me? So I thought that for me, is he looks aside from the numbers, he looked a little bit better than Liam Bailey. A little bit. Even the stats would have said so, but obviously the Premier League would have been dubbed a little bit harder than the
Mhm.
actual Syria. But that's just my take still. But
And
Liam
that's
Bailey
fair.
had a beautiful season, and I don't think it's far. It's like small margins between both of them. So if you pick
Mhm.
Liam Bailey, I have no problem. But I've explained my side why I've said that.
Mhm. Yeah. So ultimately, what I ended up doing was I flipped Pulisic. So I put him out left, and then I put Bailey on the right for my
Yes.
11. So
Hmm.
those were the two. And then I had an interesting conversation with myself in terms of what do I do at the cam position? Because technically speaking, though he can play it, it came to me between Kone and Omari Hutchinson. Um, and I think they are very interesting. It's a very interesting comparison.
But Deity said this opposite. Deity said Liam Bailey is versatile.
He's a
I
wing
think that
forward.
is that
To
is
me, he ranks as
exactly
a
what
wing
I
forward.
don't have about him. That is what That's why I didn't give him the edge over Pulisic
Mhm,
because I don't think he's actually that versatile.
mhm.
I think Pulisic is more versatile. That is why I gave him the edge
Well,
because dropping back. Go ahead.
no, and that we're kind of there because ultimately, I think Pulisic can play. Not to say that Bailey can't play across the line, but I've seen Pulisic be a little bit more productive over time. Now I'm taking his career into account, but then taking into what he did this year with the players that he has around him, he's not always going to be stably on the right. With Leao coming, he sometimes you have to cut the middle, sometimes you have to cut out left. He was more around. I felt looking at his game this year, felt he was more across that attacking line, which meant I could arguably, and I could make the argument that move him out to left wing because he's been good there and he's productive there. I don't mind that conversation. And then you have Bailey out right. I have no issue there. I was trying to see. I know we don't rate the Greek league highly. I know, but someone like uh, Garcia from Trinidad and Tobago, right? Speedy winger, good season, able to use the space, do well. He reminds me of like a player in the lines of from the Ghanaian Reds, like Osimen Bukari, right? Pacey can get it done out wide, send him off. He'll take on and go win. I think those are not terrible shouts in terms of people who were there. Um, I think that's where it is. Ultimately, my striker is not even a question. It's not Santi Jimenez. It's not my striker is Jonathan David. Another near 20 goal
Oh my
season.
God. Yes, I'm very sorry. Look at this. I have them on the back of my page. My fault. Sorry about that, Africans.
I'm
Yes,
not hurt
Jonathan
by
David.
it.
Yes, yes, yes. But I had him, Ugbo, and Kylarin at the back of the page. But that's why I need more space on my book.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. And then the 10
Yes.
role to me is like where to me
Put
it's
him in his
either
there.
no, no.
No, you should have used Jonathan David in that role because that's what Canada did with him. So why don't use him there and then put him in front of him? That is 100 goals. All
That's
right.
how I feel. That's how I feel about Canada putting him there. I saw it and I was like, no. JD and I was the person who was I'm the biggest proponent of this for 2 years. I was saying Jonathan David as a 10 and then get like another young striker ahead of him. And then I saw it, I was like, not that type of striker. I think he can make it work with a striker that's a little bit more mobile like that. Like if he played with like a Russell Rowe type player or the movements of a still yet to be capped, but like someone like a Daniel Jefferson for what we've seen from him at Sheffield. I mean, just got that type. I think he would complement and pair well with. But in that 10 role, it to me is down to Kone or Hutchinson. And Kone had a good season. I think probably he should leave his club because they're going to go through another 5 coaches, probably in the next 5 minutes. So for 10, I think Omari Hutchinson is my call.
Oh,
Key part of a team, put him up to the Prem, Ipswich. I think for that, I don't mind that call at all. So that is my 10.
oh my
Omari.
God! Africans trick me to let his fan base give him all the tens. Oh my God!
JD nuts. So that is my this is my CONCACAF team. Um, Special shouts Levi Garcia, Trinidad, in the Greek league had a good season. Ugbo had a good season. I know Bailey
Uba,
Materi
yes.
isn't technically cap tied to Jamaica yet,
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
won't
Just
count
don't talk
him.
about him because
Yeah,
they will give him PTSD.
it will.
Yes.
But like, there's a lot of good. There was a lot of good players who I think good to decent seasons. And I know ultimately we picked 3 countries, 4 countries. Hello, Edson Alvarez. Happy to see you here. No Eustachio for me. I think he started the season off well, but then ultimately kind of fell out of the rotation. Partly him, but also younger players push, and that's what you have at those top clubs. So yeah, my out of here fair. So my top 11 here is
Let me
Turner
take
and
a picture of
goal.
it, because I will ask the people on the internet, not the people here, but that people on my different location to see if I have sold out, which one they like a little bit more.
Fair
Yes.
enough. Fair
Because
enough.
Africans have his fan base here that will go against me. Yes.
Will we? Are we that? Are we that big, JD? We're not that big yet.
Yes,
We're not
yes,
that big
they're
yet.
here. Well, they are burning me out just the same.
Oh, right. Um, Special shouts again. Another player I didn't bring up. You mentioned him already. Haji Wright. Had a good season, but Haji is like, and again, right now I'm just giving you my honorable mentions. I think if you were gonna give your team, and we'll do this here, JD, if you give your team, let's just say 3 substitutes just to come off the bench, or 5 because technically you can make up to 5 substitutions.
Okay,
Which 5 players are you throwing in?
five. All right, I'm going to go with an extra center back. I'm going to put Bernard. No, I'm going my goalkeeper, Slonina, making my team, obviously,
Mhm.
because we don't have any backup. I'm going to skip out Bernard. I am going to put in Alfonso Davis, obviously, because you
Mhm.
guys drop him out for some reason. So Slonina, Alfonso Davis comes in. Dest would have made up the number to come in right there. Dest. Um, I would have to say deeper line midfield. Ustakio, I would have brought in right there. No, no, no. Musa. Musa would have brought in. Musa would have brought in right there. And for my extra forward, I would take Becca over Way. So I would
Mm.
have Becca, Musa, Then I would go Dest right here, Dest
Mm.
and Slonina. I've left out one.
I think so. You went Davies,
Oh,
Dest,
yes,
Flonina.
and then Alvarez. No, Edison. No,
Edson's
Jimenez.
there already.
Jimenez.
Oh, Jimenez,
No,
Jimenez. Yeah, yeah.
Jimenez. Yes, Jimenez. Yeah, the player that you guys are trying to get rid of.
Mm.
Yes, yes. That's what my fifth player. All right.
All right. I don't mind that. Yes, float management. That's correct. In my starting 11 for CONCACAF this year, I wouldn't put Davies into it. Davies, he didn't have a bad season, but I just think Anthony Robinson had a better overall season than he did. Yes, Davies had maybe higher moments. His peaks were great. I mean, you score in a Champions League semifinals. That's something that you don't scoff at. But I think ultimately Robinson had a better season this year. Season ending this year, I think he had a better season.
I don't
My
agree though, but
and that's
that's
fine. We're not going to agree on everything. My
yes.
five are I'm gonna go Dest Davies. I'm gonna go Kone. I'm gonna put in Haji Wright. And then my last person, just because I have mentioned him enough, I'm gonna go with a Levi Garcia, based off of the season. Yeah, decent season that he had there playing in Greece. I'll be fine. They know where I live, Danica. Don't worry. They know where I live. It's not even
Our
an issue.
vibes. Africans pick more Jamaicans than JD. So I was the one that suggested Ochincino because the problem I had is to find a way to put my Alfonso Davis in the team. But you haven't listened to the whole video. But you know what? I'm not going to fight with you.
Mhm. I don't think there's if you were building a squad, even in this poor form, I think there's like maybe three players in CONCACAF that, regardless of their form, they are in the squad. If you're making a
Mhm.
ultimate CONCACAF team, I think Alvarez, Pulisic, and Davies are making that side because you don't have much more depth there, especially from a European base. Jonathan David is inching towards that undroppable level, but he's been in France. I'd like to see him have that consistency somewhere else. So whether this year is the year he gets his move or not, that is it. But I think Davies would make this team regardless. So to remind everyone of the parameters, this is just European based. So what it is, so we're only based off the seasons that are happening in Europe. If it was full CONCACAF, it'd be a different conversation. That's why the goalkeeper was a little bit difficult. Even
And
like yeah, go on.
and to be honest, even if it was this season, Blake have not started the season to good Africans. He has been terrible. We have to
Sure.
be honest to ourselves and not lie to ourselves. But clearly, we saw that the man was carrying an injury, as what I've
Mhm.
reported over and over. Because every time he plays a game, he's off for more games for the entire season. So we knew that something was wrong with the guy. You know.
Fair. No, it's true. When you watch it, I mean, you can watch based off injuries. Hamstring injuries are not ones that you heal quickly, they linger. So you either take the rest and let it heal, or you try to play through it and manage it, and eventually you'll get a bigger tear. That's kind of how it always goes, and that is not the problem. So, not that I need the applause or anything, but anyone ratings? I haven't seen
Yes,
anyone drop
Rich.
their own top 11 here, which I'm a little bit.
Rate his
Yeah,
squad, people, please rate his squad. You know, let me see you guys give him 10. I know Danica just bad minds me for anything. Jason the same, so he's just gonna put 10 and give it 10. You know, Edube, Demo, he's gonna do the same. So I know that I lost this battle from early before it even starts, so I will just watch the votes. You know, float management. Bad mind because you didn't put Blake in, so he gave you 7. Danica, as we said, Danica is officially bad
9.5.
minded. 9.5,
It's
you
not a
know.
10, JD. So technically, so 7, 9.5s, good
These
times.
are the covers. That's why I just leave it alone, you know, because I think
Oh
you're going to come with
man.
the results right after. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my days.
I'm waiting for the average to come out, so we'll see what happens here. Um,
Guys, we need a few more votes. So if you're watching, please give a few more votes as it relates to CONCACAF. All right? Yes. Give a few more votes so Africans can get his win, you know? Yes.
get my win, JD. I don't just play for
Jason tried
wins.
to act like he's neutral. Try to give a 7.5, not realizing that 7.5 is already higher than a lot of the scores that I've gotten just the same. So Africans won the game already. It's okay.
I'm not trying to win. I'm just trying to, have a good discourse here, JD, about players that are here and moving. So you don't trust Robinson? That's fair.
That's why you should have given more ratings. Javon Davis says Africans get a eat. So you guys can stop voting, because he already won.
Yeah. Hey.
the, these people. All right. Honestly, JD squad is better. No, no, no. I just think you guys are fighting against me. You don't believe that our vibes. Because I wanted to put urgency in my squad, but because Africans tried to talk me out of putting big bad um my winger, which is Alphonso Davis up front. Yes, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, yeah. But I will take one for the team. One for the team. Africans can get his hype up. Canada been losing in a lot of fronts.
Why?
So
Why? You know what? It's fair. This actually applies, JD. We're in CONCACAF. We're here. I didn't just walk into an African stream and then I caught Nigerian strays just for without
yeah.
even saying a word. So that they will forever be etched into my memory. Okay, so we have our CONCACAF 11 here. So guys, if you are just jumping in, go back, see what JD had. We go there and we talk about it there. The more interesting one, and I think we can do this on a more collaborative basis, are African top 11 this year.
Yes, and I'm going to bring these over to my channel as well, because I am
Oh,
not
feel
going to
free to.
just lose like this. Yes, it's not going to work. All right.
That is fair. That
Because
is fair.
because people, I sit down for 1 hour. Long I have not done a video where in which I sit down for 1 hour writing down things for you guys to come and let me lose. Embarrassment, but it's okay. I will take it. I will take it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So the question for you now is, where would you like to start when it comes
Um,
to?
in goal, or are you going to look at the goals? The goal, because all what people talking, it might just come down to Onana.
Yeah. Honestly, this was a conversation where I was like, I think Onana might just, based off in European base, he might be, as some Africans would say, Onana is a world class keeper and a world class maker because he'll make you look world class, and then sometimes he will be
Yes,
world class. So,
Doku push back Onana's weekend. Yes.
I don't mind that at all. Actually, let's get through the things that we are sure about. All right, so the things that we are sure about. Perfect. So all the requirements. Perfect. So Onana here. What are the let's eliminate the positions we are certain about. Um
Onana, Osimen. You're gonna put Osimen at first or Boniface? Who you going for?
I'm leaning more Boniface versus
Oh my
Osimen.
God, Boniface was injured for a while in
I
Africans.
know, and that's the thing,
He
but
couldn't get in the game when he came back. You
I
understand me? So
know.
I know. Why are you guys trying to fight against my legend? Um,
Well, we'll get the
Bosco.
striker. JD, it's okay. We'll get the striker out of the way now because at least that way, then Nigeria has nowhere else to be on this list because they have a bag of strikers. It's so
Nigeria has nowhere else to go in the list. You don't realize that you have big bad Lookman not on the field. Are you going to pick a squad without Lookman in it? Oh my days.
I
You're gonna get
will.
beat.
Oh, I will. Watch me. So there too, I think Caduce at the 10.
Yeah, Kadus is a sure starter.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, that is 100%. Ghana finally get a player. That
J-
is the only good player that Ghana has.
oh, I
Yeah,
have two. I have
Inaki is
two.
good. Inaki is good
Yeah.
as well, but he just can't play good for Ghana because I won't say. All right.
What's a pass? He's been asking this in Ghana. When do you pass? Like what? Could you give me one? Just one, please. So yeah, I think that's the one those are the ones that I'm fine with, and apparently I can't spell Caduceus' name.
It was okay. It was one with one, right? It was the one.
Yep.
Maybe it's the system not loading fast enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, because KUDUS, it was
There we
right.
go.
Yes,
Yep.
it was right.
There we
The
go.
system does not load in fast enough.
Indeed.
All
All
right,
right.
so that is looking sweet now. So deeper line. Or are you looking at the deeper line?
That is a very, very good question.
Ooh, who you have for the deeper line? Any one of the players, them. You think NDD makes it? Because obviously he's playing at a lower league. But I think he's solid. He had some injuries throughout the season, but every time he plays, for me, he looks um very good. Onyeka makes it or not?
He should. Who did I just put in the chat here?
You said you're
It's
not putting no more Nigerian, so I don't expect you to put him in.
Urasi. Okay. Let me
Urasi
actually.
goes in for you.
I think he does. How like, how do we feel about Joel Matip this year?
Matip? You think what? You think Matip did enough to
I'm
make?
asking.
No, I don't think Matip did enough. Akimi would have gone to right back, right?
Yeah, Akimi. Oh, well, why did we forget him?
Akimi,
Yes.
yeah. I'm wondering what's going on with Akimi. Bassi. You don't think Bassi had a super season? Are you trying to fight against the Nigerians, which you expected?
No, I'm not trying to fight the. I don't fight them in public forums.
All right.
Only in private chats. No, but okay. 1, 2, 3, and then who else do we? Da, 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 da. Where do you want Basi? Oh, I'm not. Ooh,
Bassi can play left back, left centre back, if you want. But left centre back is the position I would say he should go. But if you have someone else to put there, I have no problem. But I thought that Bassi was solid.
true. Juan Lissa, yeah, he's making that team, no doubt. No
So we're
doubt.
gonna play with some
I'm gonna.
out right, wide right.
I might, or I might put him out left. But if I put him out left, then the conversation becomes, what has he done? Wissa this year, um, 34 appearances, 12 goals, 3 assists. Solid year for Brentford. Had some missed some time clearly, but I don't mind that choice. I don't mind it at all.
All right. So this is I'm gonna look at things, because Amrabat went to Manu.
Hmm.
He knows Amrabat have not really played as bad as what people want to make it out to. So in defensive central, Amrabat, NDD. I think I would have taken Amrabat over NDD, as well.
Hmm.
What say you?
Okay, I don't mind that choice. I don't mind that choice where you put Amrabat there. Though they got it figured in the end. Good performance. FA at the end. I'll put Amrabat in. I don't mind Amrabat in. No, Lookman's going in. Lookman is going to go in because overall, I'm going to add in the other things, but Lookman will be in. But Amrabat, yes. Do you want him right or left?
So, the two, so you would use let me see. Oh, I'm gonna, because you have a lot. You have Azadine, you have Amrabat, you have NDD that we're talking about, but I don't think I would jump to put NDD in because I like what my boy offers as well. Uh, 1 second, because when NDD wasn't really playing. Onyeka played very well, so Onyeka would be one of the options. I actually think I would go with Onyeka over Ndidi, man. All right.
Okay.
So what say you? I'm going with any Amrabat and Onyeka. Those are the two ones I'm gonna use.
There we go.
Ooh, no Mohamed Salah. So Wissa over Salah?
Let's have this because this I plan I plan to do this. See, I knew the African one would be much more interactive than the CONCACAF was a little bit easier to fill in. So I came in with this clearly looking at this. So all
You put
right.
Amrabat at centre back or defensive central?
I don't have another I don't have another one to put him in. I might have to put him into
No, but Bassi could have gone at left hand side. I've centre back.
every everyone is killing me for no Salah, but we haven't even put our wingers
No,
in.
no,
Let me
Salah
breathe.
is disrespectful. Salah is a sure starter. Salah have
Oh,
185 goals in one season. He has more goals than everybody and assists more than everybody there. He
true.
just wants to score goals and assists. He doesn't want to win trophies. Just score goals and assists. You know,
It's a good life to live. I won't lie. It's a very good life to live. So we put him out right because that's
Salah
where he is.
cares nothing about the team more than him scores. You know, yeah.
It's not even a question he was making this in. All right. Team of the
Even Kessie.
season here. Yes. Let's talk about
but
Kessie.
but Kessie is in over his Middle East doing all sorts of madness. You know, so he can't be in
Doesn't
in
count.
ranking.
No.
Yes,
Yep.
but Kessie would have been a good one. You know, yeah.
Oh, the chat is going everywhere. Okay, so Unana could go there. Oh no, Salah there. Salah over Wissa. Story mode.
Yeah, man. Wissa doesn't have to make it
No, he does not. All right.
because Lookman, Wissa did well, but Lookman, Lookman was very good throughout the season. Very, very good throughout the season for me. You know,
Agreed.
in all competitions, I would say.
I agree. Man, if Jeremy Frimpong was playing for Ghana, this would be an interesting conversation between him and Hakimi for the right back position, but he's not, so there's no conversation. Okay, left holdings and then right center back. This is I know I have answers for my Sar as one of my holdings. Tottenham man, Sar. How do
Sorry.
we Yes.
Okay. Papa Matasar.
Yep.
All right, he's a decent player. Yeah, I have no problem with him. But you okay. Him or Onyeka. I think Onyeka better than him this season. You know, to be honest, you know, but he's always solid still. He had good energy to the team. But I think Onyeka was better than him. And to be honest, NDD, I think NDD is better than him as well. You know, but NDD coming down from a championship, so it's harder for you to put him over him. But I think NDD
That's
was
fair.
better
That's
than him.
fair.
Yeah. But
All
they
right.
have a lot of good players, you know. So who you're gonna go with? Are you gonna take the higher road and go with Onyeka, or you're gonna go with my boy from Manchester United?
Who's your boy from
Amrabat,
Manchester United?
Amrabat. If you want to put him on defensive central, I think that would have been a good pairing. Him at defensive central. I don't know why you keep on putting him at centre back.
That's
Africans need a
fair.
defensive central. Why are you having him at centre back? You're just trying
Because
to
I
avoid
want
putting Bassi there.
fair. No, so we'll swap him there. That's not a
Yeah, just
problem.
put him in the next defensive central spot.
Alrighty.
People, Africans working out his system, you know.
Yes, I am clearly. Alrighty, and I'm gonna move you back. Yeah, we'll move you here. I'm just gonna put Ndidi in just so I can swap them later.
Yes, it's based on this season. I thought that Ndidi was better than all of them, but because he's playing at a lower level, sometimes that can give you a false sense. But we know Ndidi is just as good at higher level as well. You understand me? Onyeka was better than Amrabat Jason by a good stretch because Amrabat got outplayed a lot of positions, but obviously it was because his team ain't good. But I saw some qualities in him, especially some of these games that he has been playing against Manchester City and stuff. He was impressive. But Africans don't want to put so much Nigerians in because he kept losing to Nigeria, so he doesn't really feel good.
What? Why am I getting? Why
Boniface
am
is
I
not
getting
going
these
ahead of
vibes?
Osimen. Boniface barely play football for the whole
Oh, I'm not.
season.
I'm not putting Boniface there. I think. Oh, and Siri is my left. Is going in at
And
my.
Naziri, not going there either. This man is
Well,
just bad man. We're not. Why not? Is this country to cover in Jamaica? No man, low, my African team, no, man. You're out here trying to just bad mind my team. All he needs to do is just give
yo,
his damn team. You know.
this man.
Yes,
Ah,
he gets he he gets all you need to do is pick a team and don't and just pick your team and leave our team alone. All right?
our team.
Yes, pick your team. Africans, or you look at your back line now because you're trying to avoid certain players,
No,
but
that's fine.
all right,
So
they put in Jurassine. So
yeah,
you guys are happy now, no problem.
I know because realistically, looking at the numbers again, I think for Stuttgart and for what he did, it's a fair place. So my team. So I'll just put in my team then, JD, and then you can tell me why there's a lacking of white and green, and we will go from there. Okay, so we'll do that. All
All right,
right.
no problem. Go ahead.
Da, 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 da. And
Boy,
then
I'm
my
telling
center back. Who is my center back too?
Indeed, you can take Indeed out at this rate, Put your players them in.
Hmm. Who is my center back too? Ge- All right. Who is my center back too?
We had some very good centre backs, but I'm not going to give you any names because if I give you names, you won't like them. That's
Well, thank you for telling me they're all from Nigeria then.
you don't have the names them, and I'm giving them names them, and then you don't like them. So why should I fight with you, Ikang? Or are you going to talk about Ikang? You think that he did it well enough?
I feel like Ekong is my base, and I feel like I can do better. But
So
I
then
could be wrong.
Bassi played better at a higher level. So Bassi goes in. You have to put one of them in. Both of them had an okay season. Bassi, I thought was okay. I saw him killed off Arsenal, and from that time, I'm saying yes, Bassi should be in the team. From that day.
I
But
know who it is. I know who it is. I got you.
okay, all right. I know it's not who I'm saying. That's the one thing we do know. All right, all right, all right. You're
Jeez.
gonna get to that. Um, So
So
you still need the left side Africans. You have Ndidi there. Ndidi is not a centre back.
that's
So you're
fair.
gonna put him in centre back? Really?
No, 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 no,
Okay.
no, 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 no. No, I think it's a very clear answer for who you put there, and that's not an issue at all. So we'll do a swap of one, shall we? We'll do a swap of one.
The guy is just
It,
an engine, man. I think he's gonna get a better contract, for a better team.
agreed.
You know? Yes, the
Yes.
guy's he's a engine, man. The man recovered time, and I'm telling you, man. I never heard Jason talk about that game anymore. It's full of butter Arsenal.
Mhm.
Yeah, let him tell you that Bassi have not done anything. this season.
Shout
Yeah,
out
well,
to Ola Aina from Nottingham Forest on that right hand
yes,
side.
But Aina
Aina,
can't get any game over Akimi at all.
no,
He
he
can play
can't.
over the left, but you don't like him over the left hand side because
No,
he
I'm
started
gonna
playing
keep it
for.
here. I'm gonna keep
Okay,
my African my African 11 there. Brahim Diaz is a good shout. Brahim Diaz is a good shout. But this is my squad again. No one commissioned this other than myself, so
yeah.
you have no one to yell at but me. So that's fine.
So,
I will take your fives and sixes and your confused faces right now. So this is
so what about
my
Samuel? You think Samuel does make over the left at backside, or you think that my boy from Algeria is just that better?
oh, that's a clear club bias, JD. I have to get one
Okay,
Wolves player into these lists. I have to get one
okay,
of them.
okay,
So
okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Lookman did his thing. I can't complain there. In midfield, I think Amrabat goes in. We could put other players there. You have several other players, but Amrabat, I think Amrabat have something special about him. His
mhm.
engine is not normal. Iman Matassar um would just run the one entire day. They don't have to have anyone else. They just keep running. They can't tired at all. This team would be a very good team. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Yeah. And it have a good mixture of everyone from everywhere, Yes. So it's an
Mhm.
African team.
Indeed.
Salah over there, he got for goal. Matassar running up and down, can't tired. Same thing for Amrabat and Kudos just there trying to plot, dribble until he's dead. Look, man, look, man, out there looking for something. And that
Anything,
brother
everything.
up
Yeah.
front, that the brother up front, Osimen should have been there, but the bad-minded people fighting against Nigeria, so I would just leave it alone.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Brahim Diaz is a good shout. 15 goal contributions this year at Madrid, playing for that final. So again, a good shout. Irie vibes, good for that. But again, we'll go there, JD. I gave you my African 11 of the year. It's just mine. Now for you,
I'm not
JD.
gonna fight so much.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna
okay.
change Jurassi to Osimen. That's the player that I want in. All right, Osimen goes there, and
Yeah.
Amrabat comes out and put NDD there. That's what I want.
Okay, so you want to swap in Didi there.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm gonna keep Sar. I'm gonna keep Sar in and just put NDD.
All right.
Based on what my eyeball saw.
That's fair.
I just like that's what I like for my system. He still had numbers to do his thing. He still had numbers. Stop acting like Osimhen didn't do anything. He didn't have the same amount of numbers as Jurassic, but he still had 15 goals, 3 assists, so 18 goals contribution in one competition. He still he did his thing right across. All right.
All
So
right.
stop playing with the boss. All right. No, you guys are fighting against the Dan. All right, 20 goals contribution. Not bad, not bad.
All right.
Not bad at all.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes, let's run up and down. Alrighty, alrighty. Look, you have to give the man his respects, though, but he's a good well. Jason puts in his team of the year African wise. Onana as your goalkeeper, Hakimi right back, Ndika as your right center back, Bassi left center back, Ait Nuri, Yves Busima. That's someone that I thought about putting in, but I didn't end up putting him in.
Basuma.
Yes.
Uh,
Ndidi there, right wing Salah, Amendola, left wing, Kudus there, then Girassi
just a
up
few
top.
players.
Yeah,
Just
I don't
a
mind.
few players. Just like two players each trying to change it. I'm going with my player. I'm gonna die on the hill with Osimen. Osimen is top tier. You know.
Like, yeah, like I ultimately took him out because Osimen, it's not the quality that we're doubting, it's the production this year, right? And then that's where, like, when I realized brought that up, I was like, right, you can't really argue with 28 goals in 28 games. You
Yeah, that
really
is true.
can't
That
argue
is
with
true.
that.
Yeah, well, he scored 20 goals, or 20 goals contribution just the same. So,
Mhm.
I just went with him because I like what I saw. Kvaratskhelia wasn't on fire at the start, and Osimhen had the injury problems. Obviously, saw it
Mhm.
in the Afghan as well. So, and that kind of took his game a little. But I have no problem with you guys' selection. I just went for mines, and it's not very far from yours, you know. Jason took out Sar and put in Basuma in. Yeah, and took out Osimen. Yeah, it's okay. It's fair enough. Yeah, but yeah. Very good teams, you know, very good teams. Both of them would have won their region. Quite comfortable.
Agreed. No, that's true. All right, you just changed 3 players from your teams. Yeah, I know. Even Zoom was one that I had made a team prior and then I forgot to save it. So then in resetting it was gone. But Basuma was on my team moving in, so I don't mind the changes going through. But yeah, good 11 there going back. I'm wondering if we do like our version of our MLS CONCACAF and then our MLS. Now, I think African will be a little bit more interesting to do because in MLS, but maybe we just do a CONCACAF MLS best 11, which is basically just take out all the DPs and everything coming through. Yeah. No, JD just saw my list and said there's not enough white and green, so I need to flip a few flags here and there, and we're good to go.
He's just talking what he thinks in his brain. That's how his brain operates, you know? Yes. Nothing of reality. All in his brain. Fantasy, you know.
Fairly. So we had our CONCACAF best 11. We had our African best 11 European based. I know Danica asked me earlier in the show what do I think about the new coach? I don't know. I'll wait and see for Canada. With Jesse Marsh, I really am on a wait and see approach.
Africans, remember, he was the one says, Wissa, you know, and I had to fight for Salah. Salah is not from Nigeria, but he wanted Wissa. So
I
maybe
don't
he's
mind
racist,
Wissa
you
there,
know?
but yeah, but JD, but then you have to have the whole conversation with like the West African bias or the sub-Saharan bias, right? Because it's a
Yes.
real thing,
So,
JD. It's a
I
real
mean,
thing.
well, that's what I'm seeing with him. No, he's just racist because the only thing I can say about Salah, how can you out here talking about Wissa over Salah? What have Wissa really done in football to be over Salah? I'm telling you. So I have left him alone, let him do him thing. But now he's calling me out saying that I'm trying to look for fan base. He's just making up stories at this point, you know. So I just left him alone, you know.
No, Danica Low hasn't reached that level to me. Okay, he's not low. He's not in any 10
Yeah,
yet.
Africans,
No,
yes, that's the
no.
I don't know.
He doesn't play centrally defense. Okay, so he still moves up and down the pitch. Well, no, I won't name names. We've had too much time reminiscing on '98 today, JD, and
Yes, I'm
2022.
very good. I'm very good. I'm happy about that. I'm done with 1998. Yes.
Interesting question. The
Ooh,
best 11 versus the CONCACAF 11. Who wins? Um,
got it. Papa Sar, NDD, Kudos, Lukman, Salah, Osimen,
Africa wins.
are yeah,
Africa
yeah,
wins.
man. Yeah, Africa slap up the CONCACAF, murder the CONCACAF. All right.
Yeah, I don't think it's caught. I don't think it's close. I think the goalkeeper, yes, you could say, like, look, Onana makes world class saves and world class strikes,
Hakimi, oh my God.
but
Hakimi is going to cause us a problem. Hakimi and Salah, oh God, 50 goals coming from that side. Those guys,
yeah, and then
oh God.
Kudus is just basically a striker who dribbles. That's all he really. And I love
Um,
the man.
oh
So
my God,
Africa
Deacon
wins.
Bassi. No. Africa wins 100%. These centre backs are going to just run down Leon Bailey and everybody policy can beat them up. Yes, because they are that physical and fast. They are very strong. You know, so no, we have no chance. It's an easy, quick six love.
No, I would say I think the better question is who's the coach? Because on the pitch just playing, because the coach and the philosophy matters here. Because if
Um,
you give them a
Pep Guardiola.
CONCACAF coach,
No, you can't. No, you can't give him Pep Guardiola because all of these guys are
no.
not. No man, but be honest, no. All of him technical as well. Him. Look, man ain't bad. Osimhen can play the system. Yeah, Pep Guardiola could be the coach of this. Onana pass out to the back. Bassi passing footballer. Yeah. Hakimi
Yeah,
comfortable.
I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, I really. I think CAF wins this. Not even. I want to say arrogantly,
Six,
not even close.
6-2, 6-1, 6-2,
Oh,
6-1.
6-2
Yeah.
JD.
Maybe
JD.
Leon Bailey or one of him tried to fight for something and get something, and Jonathan David drop one in the back of the net, by
David can
accident.
run for Jonathan. David can run for 3 days. We know this.
Yeah,
So
he can't pass Bassi and Dika at all. They're gonna bully him.
it's a different one. But I think that would JD load up FIFA or
Yeah.
EAFC and put it in and see what happens. I think it
Yes,
ends four. It ends 4-2. I think it ends 4-2.
4-2. Yeah, no, we get a fat 6-1, 6-1.
No, JD, that wouldn't. With Grim has a chance to park the bus. When has Grim parked the bus? When has he parked the bus? No, I apologize. He has parked the bus, but he's just stopped the car because the Fords are still rolling downhill in neutral and running towards the goal, and
If
there's
if
the
Grim
gap of
if
space.
if Grim is the coach, a solid 6-10, we're losing by a good stretch. I'm almost certain we're losing that game.
Yeah,
That,
6-2. No tie breaks in this. It's just straight 3 breaks. Nadal waves goodbye on the clay, and Caduce has 2 easily.
yeah,
Lookman
easy,
Lookman
easy.
ties up the right. Oh, it's done.
Ethan Pinnock will have to work overtime. Good God. Richards will die. The right back, Allistair Johntson has no chance. Left back, Robinson, I'm telling you, he's going to get embarrassed. That's why you should have put in Alphonso Davis, but you sold out. You
I
sold
didn't,
out to Americans.
I didn't sell out to anyone. I just say he had a better season. Davies was born in Ghana, and that's the last time I'll bring it up, JD, because someone's gonna say he's Ghanaian. He's Liberian. Let's not do this. He's Liberian. He's straight. We see it all the time. True, true. But yeah, I think if we put those 2 11s, yeah, I think African, both of them. I think Africa
Yeah,
wins.
man. They slap up CONCACAF, man. Yeah,
That would be
obviously,
that.
we have gotten drastically better because if you look at the squads, and they're very good squads,
Mhm.
But yeah, we have no chance. We have no chance. We are gotten battered.
No, agreed. And like we haven't even gone to like the players who are playing well, like even like the championship tier for CAF. I mean, it's a list. So we didn't even get too much. We only have one player from. Yeah, honestly, it's CAF
Only
wins.
NDD we have right there, and you put Hutchinson in.
Yeah.
As so those are the two players them from
Mhm,
Championship,
mhm.
and both of them came up to Premier League. So they're pretty much Premier League players.
Yeah. Isaku played well. He's just on loan from Sporting, but I mean, Ghanaian player at Leicester doing well. Like there's enough talent there that's not even a question. I think they win. I think CONCACAF is getting better. I think CONCACAF has a better pool in Europe than they've had before. There's no doubt, and the players will continue to get better. But Africa, the system of recruitment and getting the top players in, you can question like the validity of some of it, but they have a better their depth runs circles around CONCACAF's depth in Europe, and it's not even close. So we
Yeah.
leave it there. We leave it there. And it's good. Now everyone's here talking about who our best 11s are. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it. If you are late to the stream, make sure you rewind it back. We did our CONCACAF best 11 based in Europe. Then we did our CAF based in Europe. So African players based in Europe. Drop down what your best 11 were this year. We'll take any leagues. Give us any shout outs. Tell us which one of us was right, which one of us was wrong.
Well,
Just please don't
this
use the year 1998, and we'll be happy. Won't lie. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Um, but there, JD, closing it off. We are done here, but I'll let everyone know that we will be back on Thursday because we do have some World Cup qualifiers coming up, especially on a CAF basis. We're waiting for Ghana to still release their roster because apparently
oh my
Ghana is operating as if it is
I am
1998. If
I
we
am
don't
honestly
release the roster, they
at
can't
this at
prepare for
this
us,
rate.
JD.
At this rate, I believe that Jamaica has more people coming from Ghana than Nigeria because we just act same like Ghana. So I think
Well,
so.
if
I'm
you
starting to believe so.
JD, if you follow the one way cruise, yes, it's true. It's they're all there.
Yeah, man, and that's what I'm thinking at this point.
But
At
yes,
this
we are
point,
going to be back on Thursday talking World Cup qualifying matches. We'll cover some of the CONCACAF ones. We'll also cover the African ones. Some tasty matchups coming through. They're there. So, guys, come back. Let us know what it is. Thank you for stopping by. Truly appreciate it. We are on our run to 800 subscribers, on our way to 1,000. So make sure you guys, if you haven't already, give us a subscribe, give us a like, comment, share, turn on notifications so you know when our next video will be. And
They are the same management. Yes, they are the same.
Float management, a very true
Squad.
story. There are enough people in the diaspora that I talk to who were like, yeah, we go to this channel because it feels like home sometimes. It just feels like home in both the best and the worst ways. And the entire, from South Africa to Kenya to Gambia. Oh, we were like, oh, IMAX it? Oh, yeah. It feels like home, man. It just feels like home. So,
yeah.
Yes, I wouldn't doubt that we were the same people. I wouldn't doubt it at all. But guys, thank you for stopping by. I truly appreciate the love and the support. We'll be back on Thursday. Looking forward to that. Until next time, guys, we'll simply say bye-bye for now.